Hey guys, welcome back to another team breakdown. I'll be covering the fifth spot from last season, which are my Chelsea team, the Blues. Unfortunately, Antonio Conte's tenure ended abruptly. He went from 10th to 1st and then 1st to 5th, just outside the UEFA Champions League. With the new manager, Maurizio Sarri, also known as Sarri Ball. We'll see how that plays out here. Projected starting 11 for PES is Hazard, Pedro, Alvaro Morata, Kepa, Marcos Alonso, Aspilicueta, Rudiger, David Luiz, Kante, Jorginho, and Kovacic as the starting 11. I wouldn't change too much personally. I would actually start Willian on the right, just because in my own play style, I like wingers that cut inside, so to distort the back four or back three, basically disrupting the defensive line, making them have to make really tough decisions when on the counter attack or in possession against them. But for me, Pedro has proven me wrong several times. Initially, when Chelsea signed him, I was very skeptical. He, for me, was, I would argue, already kind of past his prime or about to pass his prime when he signed for Chelsea from Barcelona. However, he's, time and time again, even as a sub, coming in to score very, very important goals in key matches. So I can understand why Sarri would start Pedro on the right wing. Willian is to me, a somewhat similar player to Hazard, so it may or may not be redundant depending on opposition. But let's take a look at the key transfers, starting with the ins. Obviously, the main or the biggest signing over the summer, I would say, is Kepa from Athletic Bilbao. Be very honest with you, aside from Atletico Madrid, Real, Barcelona, I haven't watched, or even Valencia even, I haven't watched too many La Liga games in the last 2-3 seasons already. So can't give a first impression just from what I read and what I learned from research. He is that sweeper keeper that Sarri is desperately looking for, and with the pending, or I guess inevitable pending transfer of Thibaut Courtois, he has to replace somebody regardless, especially when the keeper is his choice. I think that's an added bonus. There's been a lot of rumors that Courtois would be leaving for Real Madrid, probably 2, maybe even 3 seasons in already, so he has to make that type of decision. And so for me, we have to give it a little bit of time. I think stature-wise, physically, Kepa doesn't really look that big. I think he's like 6'1" and 6'2", depending on sources. But we'll have to give him a little bit of time to adjust to the Premier League. I would say at least maybe 2 seasons. I mean, David De Gea probably took a good 2 seasons to fully integrate himself in the Premier League. The physicality, the speed, the way the Prem plays is very different than La Liga. So just give it some time. Chelsea fans, be a little bit more patient, and we'll have to sort of wait until he fully integrates with the team as well. Second key signing is Jorginho from Napoli. He's already very familiar with Sarri Ball and what Sarri wants us to achieve. Putting him in the pivot spot, defending or holding midfield, or whatever you want to call it, and moving Conte to the right side of midfield is a very interesting dynamic, I think. You do give up a little bit of defense just because when Conte pushes up so deep, it's hard for him to track back, and we're a little bit more vulnerable to counterattacks, I would say. If you look at the goals conceded so far in the season, that has proven a bit of a problem. Not a major problem yet, but I think against top sides, even in the Europa League, or in the top 6 in the Premier League, it's going to be a little bit difficult. But again, we'll have to see how he adjusts to that. Another well, not really key signing, but another key addition on loan right now is Mateo Kovacic, projected starting 11 for sure. Even for me, I think he may. I'm not sure what the clause is for his contract, but he may end up staying just because there's really no opportunity or playing time for him to stay in Real Madrid, and he's already won multiple Champions League, so I think he wants to really establish himself as a starting player. And then last but not least, the return of Ruben Loftus-Cheek from Crystal Palace. He was originally on loan to Crystal Palace. He's been on like 2 or 3 loan spells already in the last couple of seasons. I think the rumor is that he wants to go out on another loan, but it looks like Sarri's not granting him that extra loan. He's got to fight for his spot here at Chelsea apparently, but I don't know with that type of midfield how we're gonna fit him in, because we're just not sure. We have too many midfielders right now. So Fabregas off the bench. We have obviously Kovacic, Conte, Jorginho, Danny Drinkwater, Ross Barkley potentially ahead of him. So I don't know how it's going to play out. Even for England football, I don't know. It's just very difficult to crack even the starting 24-25 with this type of lineup. Same problem with the top 6 teams. And then the key subtractions or outgoing players: Bakayoko on loan. Again, no space for him. Batshuayi to Valencia, also on loan. I think he was on loan to Dortmund last season. So again, he's behind right now Giroud and Morata. Kurt Zouma is on loan to Everton. Again, our backline's pretty much full. And of course, I already mentioned Thibaut Courtois sold to Real Madrid, and then we were able to get Kovacic on loan as well, in return. But that's my thoughts on Chelsea this season. Let me know where you guys think Chelsea will end up in the Prem, and what other transfer targets should we go for. Please let me know in the comments section below. And thanks for watching, guys. I will see you next time.